Edmonton Sports Talk. My God, I loved it. My name's Jay Milne. #Blue. Our sports update deliverer. The Coop.
I'm Zachary Kubish, and you're up today.
You know what, Reid? You might be on this. All right, here's what's going on in the Nasty Cup.
Oilers Jets tonight. Winnipeg Jets struggling. Last place. Haven't won a game since dinosaurs roamed the earth. So do we have a slogan for McKenna? Like I remember when the Oilers were bad, it was the fall for Hall, fail for Nail. Do we have a jump in the blender for McKenna? So do we have something like that? Do we have what would it be like? We're having Gavin. Let's
taking a bathin' for Gavin.
Yeah, something like that. Have they come up with something like that?
I don't think so. I haven't heard anything.
Then again, you could fill a warehouse with what we haven't heard.
You got that right.
I'm just wondering because I already saw somebody in the
what
nasty
rhymes
chat.
with Anna? Banna, Fenna, Mena, Panna, Canna, Tenna.
Yeah. Have an enema for McKenna. Something like that.
Sounds painful.
I'm not sure. Yeah, it does actually. Anyway, tough go for the Winnipeg Jets. We'll see if they can get out of their slump against the Oilers tonight. The Jets 0-6-4 in their last 10. Their last victory was December 13th, 5-1 against Washington. In their last 14 games, the Jets with just one victory. They are 1-9-4. The Oilers coming off a victory against the Nashville Predators. They have won the last 3 meetings against Winnipeg, including 5 of the last 7. Here's how we expect the Oilers to be deployed this evening. Connor McDavid leading the way, centering Nugent Hopkins and Hyman. So McDavid on a 16-game point streak. He has 39 points over that run. In 37 career games against the Jets, 62 points. Draisaitl, 45 points in 36 career games against the Jets. He's with Podkolzin and Kapanen. With Henrique out of action, Roslovic to center Howard and Savoie. Frederic comes back in, hasn't scored since November 20th. He'll be on the wing. Lazar at center, Janmark on the other wing, so Mangiapane remains scratched. Regula will be the scratch on defense. Ekholm with Bouchard, Nurse with Stastny, Stillman with Emberson. Calvin Pickard, the goaltender, against Winnipeg in his career, 3-3-1, 3.29 goals against average, 896 save percentage. Those numbers bolstered by his performance on the 29th of December when he made 41 saves in Winnipeg. Hellebuck, the goaltender for the Jets, he has played the Oilers a lot. 15, 14, and 3 in his career, 3.01 goals against average, 906 save percentage with 3 clean sheets. It is a 6 o'clock game, so we will have the GCL Diesel Oil Stream pregame show hosted by Tom Gazzola at 5 today. So an abbreviated show for the Coop, Jay and I. Tom will also join us around 4:20. Tom will take over at 5 o'clock. And, of course, he'll be on after the game for the postgame show as well. I do want to mention we will dedicate a segment of the show in about an hour to Glenn Hall, the legendary goaltender who passed away, of course, born in Saskatchewan, but Stony Plain became his home as he played in the NHL, and obviously he stayed there after he finished playing as well. I know you'll tell the full story here, and you've never mentioned this on air because you're not the type of person to come on and drop names and say this and this. It was something you didn't talk about, but there's a bit of a relationship for you and Glenn Hall.
Yeah. My wife and his granddaughter are really close friends, so I've had the pleasure of going to that farm. And I have quite a few pieces of memorabilia that are very close to my heart and even closer today. So yeah, we'll talk about it. I mean, what he did and the stories that you hear from him, and just, I mean, Mr. Goalie, the 502 consecutive starts,
which doesn't even make sense.
It doesn't like we'll talk about that at that point for the Alberta Blue Cross Courageous Moment, but it doesn't compute, Reid. Like when I tell you the years that he played straight consecutively, it's mind-boggling.
Yeah.
but just a great human, thinking of the family, the Stevenson family, as well as the rest of the Hall family. It's, they had it. This was, this wasn't a surprise. This is just, like you said the other day, Reid, Father Time never fails.
Yeah.
So, but still tough. I mean, he was the patriarch of that family.
Yeah.
He was the glue. He was the glue for that family for sure. So tough loss. So we're thinking of that. The Stevensons, the Halls, definitely today.
So Jay will share some perspective a little bit later on. Of course, we're happy to hear from you, whether you want to talk about Oilers, maybe you have a memory or an observation about the incredible life and career of Glenn Hall, or whatever else you would like to chat about. First of all, you can do so in what we call the good old nasty chat. That's on our YouTube stream. The channel is Edmonton Sports Talk. Subscribe to the channel if you haven't already. And for this show, so we want to get to 100 thumbs, even though we got a shortened show. So do not delay. Click the thumbs up button, please.
Click, click, click. Must you click? Please, please click. Must you click? You must click. Thumb, thumb, thumb.
So get in there and click. We got to 100 yesterday in the first 2 hours of the show. So today's show is just 2 hours. So don't delay. Once you click the thumbs up, then click the share button and send the show link off to somebody else. Now, I understand not everybody might be a YouTube person or might not be able to watch if you're at work or driving or whatever. So the audio streams, iHeartRadio, TuneIn Radio, those are great as well. Thank you for listening by those means, and spread the word about Edmonton Sports Talk. And don't forget the Nielsen Show, 6 to 9 a.m. every morning, is also on 95.7 Cruise FM. So we got a lot of different ways that you can consume our great content. If you'd like to email, jay@edmontonsportstalk.com, reid@edmontonsportstalk.com. You can also text the afternoon inbox, 780-218-9999. That is presented by River Cree Resort and Casino, home of Tap 25 Restaurant. They got an $18.99 prime rib special available 7 days a week, except show nights from 11:30 in the morning to 11 at night, and that is available for dine-in and takeout. So a lot of different ways to reach us. I mentioned, Jay, the Winnipeg Jets struggles lately. So now this is like sometimes Jay and I just will quiz each other on air just for fun.
Oh, yeah.
So that's what this is. Because sometimes like we ask each other questions where it's like, how would anybody know that? Unless it's something. But I'll throw it at you just to see if you might be in the ballpark, or maybe you know this. Maybe you looked it up. Longest winless streak in the history of the National Hockey League. How many games and what team owns it? Any idea?
26.
Very close. It's 30.
30.
What team do you think owns it? It's since 79-80. When the WHA teams joined.
Hartford.
Close. It's Winnipeg. The 80-81 Winnipeg Jets went 30 games without a victory. This was actually their second year in the NHL. They went from October 19th to December 20th without a victory. The exact record was 0-23-7. So they had 7 ties. There was no regular season overtime back in those days. So who knows? If they maybe would have had 3-on-3, maybe they pot one. But they did not. 0-23-7. So 30. So you said 26 was your guess? There was one other streak longer than that. It was in 75-76. The Kansas City Scouts went 27 games. In that same season, the Washington Capitals had a 25-game winless skid. There have been a total of 10 winless streaks. I like to call them skids because to me, a streak is when you're hot. A skid is when you're skidding into the ditch.
Yeah, skid.
There have been 10 winless streaks of 20 games or longer in the history of the NHL. The most recent was 92-93 by the San Jose Sharks. They got to 20 games. So there's your random fun facts you can drop with your friends and family tonight.
Okay, so what you're saying is that if the Winnipeg Jets...
This is nothing, is what I'm saying. Why are Jets fans upset?
You got a long way to go.
You went 30 games.
30, you're a third of the way there. Holy. Well, okay, let's put the shoe on the other foot. If the Oilers were in the midst of an 0-6-4 run, winless in 10, this place would be melting down.
Yes.
the snow would be gone.
Well, especially with a team that's supposed to be at least a decent team.
Well, and Winnipeg's not.
Well, that's a good point. They were pretty high up in the standings.
I think they
last
did
year.
pretty well last year. They won a certain trophy. I'd be interested. I mean, I know there's some WSTers in here, but is it past that point? You know, given where they are in the standings, is it now where now you're actually thinking about McKenna? Like, is that where you're at? Or is there still the thought?
Well, I guess we do have Winnipeg fans who check out the show.
And
thanks
I'm not
to
saying
our,
I'm
our
not
connection with WST, but
poking. I
know what you mean. At what point do you say, okay, it's not happening this year, right? Like, at what point do you just sort of say, okay, I guess we can't do it, or is it worth trying to rally for a playoff spot that we probably won't get, right? And then still missing the playoffs or barely squeaking in.
Like Martin says in the River Cree inbox, 780-218-9999. Breaking a Jets antenna to replace it with a McKenna.
That's pretty good.
There have been some other ones that have come.
Oh, let's hear it. Let's hear it.
Okay.
We can do a couple now.
Pizza Boy, win never for McKenna.
Oh, that's a good one.
Nature Boy, last banana for McKenna. No winner for McKenna. Ian in enemy territory. I do like breaking a Jets antenna to replace it with a McKenna.
I never would have thought of antenna. That's good.
pretty good.
The first two that you gave, I like the best.
Win
Though
never.
we always appreciate anybody who tries.
Win never
and has
for
some-
McKenna.
That's a good one. So just to be fair, though, I did also make sure I looked up the Oilers' longest winless skid in franchise history. October 11th, 93 to November 7th, 93. They weren't very good that year. They were winless in 14. 0-13 and 1. Now, there was regular season overtime at this point. It was 5 minutes of 5-on-5. The Oilers thrice went to overtime. So they had the tie, a 4-4 tie against the Kings. They lost in overtime twice to the Washington Capitals and to the St. Louis Blues. And they finally beat Detroit on November 9th and then went on to be winless in 7 more games after that. That was a tough year for the Oilers. Whew. Though they had a good December, 7-5-2. The rest of the months were not very good. Whew. So a little bit of context there. A little bit of context.
Yeah, that's about enough.
That's about enough for both for fans of both teams.
Yeah, for fans of both
teams, that's probably enough context.
I know we got to get some. Well, maybe we'll tease this. We'll talk about this later, Reid. But isn't it interesting though how both fan bases can still find a negative, in this? I mean, I guess more so the Edmonton fan base. Say, oh, they're due. They got a rookie in the lineup. Like these things. But if the Oilers just do what they're doing, this should be a winnable game. I mean, there's always worries. You never know how the game's going to go. But I said to you, I think this will be a high-scoring game tonight. I predict goals.
Because?
Calvin Pickard, I don't think that performance is going to repeat itself. Winnipeg's been, their top dogs are playing well. Okay? Hellebuck, the Oilers seem to be able to get to Hellebuck. But his stats would suggest otherwise. I mean, he's a .903 save percentage.
Yeah.
He's not playing terribly. He's 2.6 goals against average. But the Oilers seem to have his number. I think the shoe's not going to fit tonight for Pittsburgh. So this could be, I think the over under 6.5. I would suggest an over, but that's just me.
We've been talking about McDavid. Now, the streak almost ended in Winnipeg the last time. That was the closest this 16-game streak came to being interrupted, Hyman, right? but he still got it.
Yeah.
And the Oilers didn't have a ton of chances in that game. But as we've seen in most of these games over the point streak, he has just been a chance-generating machine. I mean, there's games it's like, oh, he got 3 points. Like, could have had 7. Or, even that game against Nashville, got a hat trick. 10 shots on goal. Probably could have had 12 or 13 shots. And the extra 2 or 3 still would have been pretty dangerous. So I see where you're coming from with that. You're going to hear from Kris Knobaluch, from Ike Howard, and from Darnell Nurse when we get to the Oil Understood. That's presented by GCL Diesel. Let's get to your afternoon headlines. They are presented by 100.3 The Bear, Edmonton's best rock. Stream them on iHeart today. This is Chet Palmer with your sports report. The locals take on Winnipeg today. The Jets, they look more like an old station wagon. 10 games without a win? Who do they think they are? The Washington Generals? Schoolboy football tonight. It's the Windy Boys against the Uprisers in the Fiesta Bowl. It'll be a fiesta in a Wannock's office if Miami can win it. Hey, Maddie, pass the hot sauce. In the NFL, the Porpoises fired Mike McDaniel. Sure have been a lot of coaches swimming with the fishes this week. Hey, Jason Milne, is that a pink slip in your pocket, or are you just happy to see me? I'm Chet Palmer.
Porpoises.
I think he means the Dolphins.
I think.
That was who McDaniel was coaching.
Yeah, but maybe he did it on purpose.
Maybe.
It's witty.
Not bad.
I love Chet.
Jets ready to go. Big game tonight. The Jets, more like the station wagons.
I don't know why, but the locals just has a certain, I don't know what to it, Reid. When it comes out of Chet's mouth.
Right. Well,
I like
that's
the
good.
locals.
He likes doing it. Okay, you know what else we got to do? It's a game day. So we have the Hudson's Canada's Pub mystery athlete of the game, right? So this is for a $25 gift card to Hudson's Canada's Pub. So we'll give a series of clues over the course of the show. And, we got to give it away by 5 o'clock. And this is all presented by Hudson's Canada's Pub, featuring $10 tankards and $6 tequila shots. Or you can grab the $23.99 adult Happy Meal that has a drive-in burger, fries, choice of beer, and a limited edition hockey puck bottle opener. Book your reservation now at hudsonscanadaspub.com. Now, to win the GC, first of all, maximum 3 guesses per person, and you have to use the afternoon inbox presented by River Cree Resort and Casino to text in your guesses, 780-218-9999. Okay? That's the deal. The first clue is Lions. So that narrows it down.
If you don't know it already.
Yeah. What are you even doing?
What do you actually?
You even know sports, brah?
Yeah, brah.
All right. We'll give another clue. Well, before 4 for sure.
Oh, for sure.
Yeah.
Yeah, maybe just before 4.
Yeah.
Yeah. I'm going to set up the off-topic topic if you don't mind.
Yeah.
Reid, for those that don't know, he gets attached to certain games on the arcade machine.
Yeah.
Is that fair to say?
On other platforms as well, but yes.
Yeah.
That's an after hours off-topic topic. That's
after dark.
That'll be in our memoirs. Some of the other games I've become overly attached to. Anyway.
Okay, what did it started with track and field. Then you conquered track and field.
I did pretty well eventually, yeah.
You wrapped it, didn't you?
I didn't quite finish. I think I got to like the third time through.
Yeah.
I did pretty well.
Then it was, it was volleyball. It was the World Volleyball or whatever that.
Yeah, volleyball. Yeah.
Volleyball. And then it was Puzzle Bobble.
Well, there was a kind of one in between or during volleyball.
Oh, was it
Exodus?
Exodus.
Yes. This
biblical
is
Bible
serious,
game.
everybody. It's a biblical game and you play as Moses trying to navigate mazes and stuff.
Correct.
It's actually pretty fun. But there's Bible trivia in it, which I did not do well at.
Yeah. And then you went on to Puzzle Bobble.
Puzzle Bobble, yep.
And now,
which I have retired. Well, I've at least retired from playing Trevor.
And then you tried to find a good golf game. It seems like it's
couldn't.
hard.
Yeah, I couldn't.
So you've now graduated back to just plain old Mario Brothers.
Super Mario
Brothers.
Yeah.
And boy, oh boy, between you and Ben, that machine has been humming.
Yeah.
Because
we save as
Super
far.
Mario.
I played that in the arcade in Evansburg when I was a kid. I never had a Nintendo at home. I had a couple of friends who were obsessed with the game. I was always terrible at it. So here on our machine, we're lucky enough that we can save games.
Yes.
So Ben and I together are trying to complete it, which I think Matthew did since we got the arcade machine a little over a year ago.
Which is great. I love watching you play it. It brings back a lot of memories. So that's the genesis, I guess, of our off-topic topic for William Huff, right?
Presented by William Huff. Since 1952, William Huff has provided industry-leading advertising solutions for thousands of valued clients. Their unparalleled customer service combined with decades of industry expertise and a desire to make every job the very best can be is what they call the William Huff Advantage. Visit their website at williamhuff.com. Give them a shout at 780-454-4536. Bruce and company do a great job. They're great friends here of EST.
Simple. What is the best video game that features Mario? That's it.
You know his original name, right?
Is this a trick question?
No. I think we've talked about it. Coob, do you know what they called Mario before they called him Mario?
Plumber Boy.
Jumpman.
Jump.
I believe in Donkey Kong he was referred to as Jumpman, I think.
And they made a nod to that in the Super Mario movie, did they not?
I'll have to take your word for that, Coop.
Isn't there a second
That was a
Super
fun
Mario
one.
movie coming out?
Yeah, Super Mario Galaxy, which is one of the video games as well.
Sweet.
Yeah.
Okay,
It's
so
a
there's
good
probably
video
games
game.
we don't even know about.
Probably.
So, yeah, you're the best Mario video game or a game that he's
Yeah.
the character in. And give us the game, the platform you played it on and why you like it.
Yeah, you have
if
to.
You can.
I
If
think,
you can.
Like I already see one in the chat. Mario Kart.
Tom plays that.
Yes, but let's get specific here. Give me the unit you played it on, the system that you played that on. Like for me, Mario Kart Wii was the game changer because that was when they came out with the stick. Remember Wii, you could bowl?
Yes.
But they had a steering wheel.
Oh, did they?
For Mario
Okay.
Kart. So you get 4 steering wheels, bunch of your buddies in front of a TV on a Friday. Like that was the pinnacle
Yeah.
of that time. So Mario Kart Wii, for me, is my favorite Mario iteration.
Okay. I remember when I was working at Blockbuster, they came out with, I think it was just called Mario 3D for the N64. And it was one of those, instead of it was a side scroller, you could sort of look around and I don't think it was very well received. I don't think it was. I mean, this is just, when I showed this to Ben a few weeks, because as people know if they listen all the time, we have 6,000 games on that machine.
Yeah.
So I showed it to Ben. I was like, hey, Ben, this is Super Mario. He's like, this is the game I've heard so much about? And I was like, yeah, this is it, man. And he's like, well, it's not that fancy. I'm like, try it out. And he's like, oh, my God, I can see why people didn't stop playing this. Maybe I'm exaggerating his reaction.
This one I thought would get a lot of traction, and it is Super Mario Brothers 3. I like that one, too. That's the one where he can raccoon and fly with his tail.
Oh, I didn't know that.
Propels him through the air.
Okay.
Super Mario Brothers 3 was like a big step in the evolution of that game, I feel.
Okay.
And then Mario Golf, this is now today's time. Mario Golf, my daughters have the Switch, and we'll play Mario Golf. It is fun.
Oh, does it have a Wii-like controller for
Yeah,
it?
you can swing it like that, or you can use the toggle. Fun.
Oh, neat. All right. That's perfect stuff, buddy. So your favorite Mario video game, featuring Mario, the off-topic topic for William Huff. We have the oil understood for GCL Diesel. Here from Kris Knobaluch, Darnell Nurse, and Ike Howard. Howard on a line today with Roslovic and Savoie. But first, Zachary Kubish.
Calvin Pickard gets a nod as the Oilers battle the Jets on the road. Trent Frederic slides back into the lineup with Adam Henrique injured, plus Alec Regula gets a scratch in favor of Riley Stillman. Tune into the GCL Diesel Oil Stream pregame show. Tom Gazzola and Ben Thompson get you set with coverage starting at 5 o'clock right here on EST. Elsewhere, Laurent Brossoit has been traded from Chicago to San Jose, along with Nolan Allen and a 7th rounder in 2028. The Hawks received Jake Furlong, Ryan Ellis, and a 2028 4th round pick in the deal. 11 other games on tap. The Leafs and Flyers drop the puck. The Flames and Bruins match up while Montreal takes on Florida. No Brad Marchand for the Panthers. He's day-to-day with an undisclosed ailment, while Zane Parekh of the Flames sits out with an upper body injury. Jays News MLB insider Robert Murray has reported that Toronto and Ernie Clement have agreed to a 1-year deal worth $4.6 million. Additionally, Joel Sherman from the New York Post stated that the Jays and Dalton Varsho have come to terms with a deal worth nearly $11 million. Basketball action: Chicago hosts Miami, Dallas, and Utah go at it, while the Pacers and Hornets duel on a 4-game slate. This sports update is brought to you by Paramount Flooring. Paramount Flooring wants to give you more, yet free premium underlay included in any in-stock carpet purchase. Are you ready to treat your feet? Catch them in-store or online at ParamountFlooring.ca. The oil understood for GCL Diesel. Next on The Reid Wilkins Show, I'm Zachary Kubish. keeping you up to date.
Two guys and a goalie.
Hired or fired, Macklin Celebrini should be the Hart Trophy favorite. So, Cass, I mean, he's in the mix.
Hire it. He should be. Like,
He doesn't have Draisaitl. He
us?
doesn't have Makar. It's just him.
Who among us had the San Jose Sharks anywhere near a playoff position this year?
Two guys and a goalie, presented by GS Construction. Tuesday and Thursday afternoons at noon, only on Edmonton Sports Talk, your clear choice for Edmonton sports.
We have what you're looking for. GD Liquidators is Edmonton's one-stop shop for new and used warehouse, office, and industrial items since 1987. You'll find what you want when you want it. Give us a call, visit us in-store, or check out the monthly auctions at gdliquidators.com. 100% Canadian-owned and operated. We have what you are looking for. GD Liquidators.
UFC 324 is live Saturday, January 24th at the Canadian Brewhouse. With TVs at every turn, ice-cold drinks, and non-stop action, you won't miss a second of the fight. UFC 324, live at the Canadian Brewhouse. Our house is your house.
GCL Diesel has been serving oil country since 1972. From diesel cars to SUVs to pickups. From farm tractors to school buses to a big rig. From diesel generators to forklifts, GCL can test, troubleshoot, and repair all diesel fuel system components. Whether it's injectors, pumps, turbos, filters, or additive, GCL has the parts you need to keep your diesel running the way it should. For genuine diesel parts at wholesale prices, visit GCL Diesel in the West End or online at gcldiesel.com. GCL Diesel. Diesel understood.
Hey Edmonton, did you know a local Play Alberta winner scored over $430,000 on Desert Fantasy? Think about the rec room you could build with that kind of cash. From major casino winners every hour to jackpots worth millions and hundreds of popular games to money that stays in the province, there has never been a better time to sign up for Play Alberta. Download the app today to get started with casino, sports, and lottery, all in one app. Must be 18 plus to play. When you gamble, use your game sense.
Make a fresh start in the new year with Sentinel Storage. With convenient locations near you, Sentinel Storage is here to help you make space for everything 2026 holds. Sentinel Storage. Buy Canadian, store Canadian. Try 4 weeks free. Visit sentinelstorage.ca.
Game day for your Edmonton Oilers. They are in Winnipeg to take on the Jets. The Oilers sitting with a record of 21-16-6. The Jets are 15-21-5. McDavid, the Oilers' leading scorer, 75 points in 43 games. For Winnipeg, Kyle Connor, 49 points in 41 games. The special teams story. The Oilers' number one power play in the NHL, 33.9%. Jets 19th at 18.8%. PK, Oilers 17th, 79.7%. Jets 24th at 77.4%. The goaltending matchup, Pickard versus Hellebuck. Do you want to do any off-topic topics quickly here?
Oh, I'd love to, Reid. This came in. So the question was for William Huff, best video game featuring Mario. Sully. Mario Kart on N64, hands down the best. Coach Mike, Super Mario 64, first time in 3D, blew his mind.
Okay.
Kent in Red Deer, Mario Tennis on Virtual Boy.
Oh, yeah, there was a Mario Tennis.
Interesting. What was Virtual Boy? You'd have goggles or something?
Sounds like somebody the Riverline would eat.
Ooh.
So, Virtual Boy.
Go on, please.
You think you can fool me with your video games? And your bric-a-brac?
Stanzi says Mario Kart Double Dash on GameCube was unreal. That's funny.
What was the GameCube?
GameCube is missing in my memory.
Was it cartridges or discs?
Oh, it was discs.
Mini or big?
Smaller ones. So they're not like regular size like CDs or whatever. I think they were a little bit tinier, and it was literally just cube that played games. It was pretty cool, actually.
So the current Nintendo system is the Switch?
Yeah, Switch 2.
Switch 2.
And is that cartridges or little discs?
Mini discs. Like mini cartridges.
Mini cartridges.
You stick it in.
Like Game Boy cartridges.
Yeah, but mini. Really mini. Like the size of a SD drive.
Oh, wow.
Yeah.
And then the
You could
Switch
lose
is the
them.
one you can play on your TV, or you can take it out and play it handheld.
Yes. I believe that's why they call it a Switch.
You go back and forth.
Snip snap.
Chris Purper Super Strikes Wii. I think that was Wii Bowling. Wii Bowling did have
And Mario was in it? You could play as Mario?
I think so.
Now, Coob, what were you saying that Mario apparently made a cameo in a little bit more of a mature game, perhaps?
Yeah. Same like game creators, right? So the Metal Gear Solid, the Twin Snakes game, Mario and Yoshi made a small appearance.
Like they're in the background or something?
Yeah, they're on like a little desk. Like there was a doctor's desk, and you can go and it's a top-down or third-person game or whatever. You can go in first person to see like camera angles and stuff, and there's Mario and Yoshi sitting right on the table.
As figurines on
As
someone's
figurines.
Okay, so they weren't
characters
per se.
You
They
couldn't
were
play them, but
okay.
they made an appearance technically.
All right.
Alicia Hemming, definitely Mario Kart Wii.
I think Mario Kart's going to be popular.
Or
here.
new Super Mario Brothers Wii. Sorry, Chris says Super Strikes on Wii.
Super Strikes or Super Strikers?
Super Strikes. I think that was bowling.
Okay.
Smith TM14. Virtual Boy didn't pan out. Maybe 6 games released total. Graphics were red and black. Total flop. 1995, too ahead of its time.
Okay, I don't remember that. 780-218-9999. River Cree Resort and Casino inbox. Thanks for checking out the show today. We're getting you ready for the Jets and the Edmonton Oilers. Tell you what, if you are on YouTube today and you have not given the show a thumbs up, please do so. We want to get to at least 100 on a game day, but don't delay because we got a shortened show. We're done at 5.
I stand corrected. Super Strikers was a soccer game.
It's soccer. Okay.
Yeah.
Well, that makes sense.
Striker.
I was quizzing Eric and Matthew today on English Premier League stadiums.
They did good.
They did very well. The Oil Understood, presented by GCL Diesel, providers of the best diesel engine components around, from turbochargers to injectors, fuel pumps to sensors. They are the critical engine component experts, proud to serve Edmonton and Northern Alberta for over 50 years, and now a partner of Edmonton Sports Talk and the Reid Wilkins Show. GCL Diesel. Diesel.
Dun, da, da, da.
Understood. Wow, that was good.
Very Mario.
That was good. Yeah, I do sound a little bit like Mario in that clip, don't I? Is that what he sounds like?
Yeah, it's Mario-ish for sure.
Yeah, I guess. All right, so the Oilers, as you know, no Adam Henrique. So the lineup change for this game is Trent Frederic comes in after being scratched last game. He'll play on a line with Lazar and Janmark. Mangiapane remains a healthy scratch. So they've put together a line here, Roslovic with Howard and Savoie. Knobaluch had this to say about that, what's going to be the third line today.
Yeah, that third line played really well the other night, and hopefully they can replicate that. And, with that line playing the way they did, they generated a lot of scoring chances. Those three can all skate. They're all fast, especially the Roslovic playing out of the middle. So, I think they can hopefully generate a little bit of chemistry and build something because, with Henrique being out for quite a while, hopefully that's a line that we can keep together for a while.
Now, the thing here is a few games ago, Knobaluch basically said Roslovic should be a top 6 winger. That's kind of where he belongs. Now, they're sort of forced to use him at center here. We'll see what that line can do. And then, again, we're going to see what Frederic can do. Probably not going to get a lot of minutes, but he's going to be playing with two guys who generally understand their roles and make the most out of their minutes, with Lazar and Janmark. I mean, Janmark's a regular NHL player, even though he's a third or fourth liner. Lazar has been in and out, but they both, as we've been talking about, they know who they are and they know their role.
Do you think, given that you might see a few more minutes, a couple more minutes for Trent Frederic tonight? No, because I looked at the game logs for time on ice for Curtis Lazar. His ice time average per game this year for the Oilers is over 9 minutes. Right? I mean,
how many times has it been over 10?
Yeah, I couldn't tell you. It
was 8:44 last game.
8:44.
Right. I'll look it up here quick.
Do you think that Trent Frederic being on that line, if that line can play the way that they did, now they had Savoie there last game, which is a much different, I guess, more of an offensive element than Trent Frederic. Do you think they can pull that along? Can they be the ones that get Trent Frederic back on course?
I don't know about that. Well, I mean, I hope so.
I'm not saying I
think
say
Trent Frederic has
but
to get Trent Frederic back on course.
You're damn right he has to.
Lazar has played, so what's he at? 21 games. He's played 10:01. He's played 10:48. He's played 12:48. He had 10:04. He had 11:10. He had 13:07 one game. 10:20. So I guess 6? So about a third of the time he might hit 10 minutes. I guess it depends how the game goes.
I was just going to say that.
As much as we say, well, Knobaluch doesn't play the bottom guys, he wants to play the bottom guys. I think just a lot of nights he feels like they're not doing their jobs. Well, Lazar and Janmark understand 9-10 minutes is their job.
That's a lot.
and some penalty kill time. No, Frederic doesn't kill penalties, and he's not on the power play. Lazar and Janmark will get some PK time.
I mean, Reid, this is a interesting time of the year because now we're looking at this bottom six saying, maybe?
Well,
okay.
I don't know if I'm quite that far.
But would you say right now, in this exact moment, there's more hope for the bottom six than there has been in recent weeks?
Well, yes, but I think it's because people are grasping for hope and they're basing it on one game. They're not basing it on. It's not like, 4 of the last 6 games, a bottom 6 player has scored and they've made a big impact.
Fair enough.
So, I think there's maybe the hope that might be a third line that can forecheck a little bit and create chances. But with Trent Frederic on the fourth line, it's all hope about Trent Frederic. I mean, he's done nothing to make you think, he's going to play a noticeable, reliable game. Whereas Lazar, and I realize a lot of people make fun of Janmark, but I think he's a good fourth line player. Like Lazar and little Janmark, you at least know what you're going to get.
Mm-hmm.
Well, maybe we're at the point with Frederic, we know what we're going to get, and that's the problem.
I will say, though, having Adam Henrique being out of this lineup, injured, but it does give you a little bit different options, different looks that you can now explore without having to have Adam Henrique as one of those third or fourth line centers. Because Reid, I look, long tenured player, deserves his credit, but he just hasn't been getting it done this year.
Right, of course.
Right?
And most of last year.
Right. So this might be a little bit more. This might be a little bit of an option for the Oilers coaching staff that they didn't necessarily expect to have.
Well, wouldn't that be ironic if Mangiapane basically wanting off the team and Henrique getting injured were two of the best things that happened for the team?
Majorly,
it's
yes.
Counterintuitive. And, at some point, now we're talking about Frederic so much. I don't want to make the whole season about him because we may have to do it for another 7.5 years. But what if he just isn't the type of player that they thought he was? Like, what if it's just that big of a miss by Bowman?
Then that's a problem.
Yes.
That's a problem that's going to be a blemish on Stan Bowman's tenure here in Edmonton.
Right.
And Jeff Jackson,
but I mean, there's a point where if you keep, maybe he'll do it, maybe he'll do it, maybe he'll do it. Like for me, there's a point where it's like, okay, we need to quit saying that. He won't be able to do it.
Then you're going to have to start looking at buyout options.
Though having said, having said that, and this is the point you and I've been making, and why you said Curtis Lazar was doing the Lord's work on the fourth line. Yes. If Trent Frederic cannot score double-digit goals, okay, but you can do other agitating and physical things.
Which is where I would start. If I were in Trent Frederic's brain, I would say, go out there and pummel somebody.
Right.
Do something. And like I've said before, I don't care. Take a penalty. Show some aggression. Show that you want to be out there and you're not afraid to be in a physical place, in a difficult place. That's. Don't worry about the goals. Nobody's looking for those from you right now. Just effort. Maybe not effort. I know you don't like using the word, but you know what I mean.
Yeah, I know what you're meaning.
Getting to the difficult places and showing that you can be there.
Head coach Kris Knobaluch with some thoughts on the Winnipeg Jets.
They are a good defensive team. They play very well against our top guys. I think they take a lot of pride in that and a lot of line matching. So we're going to, try and do our best to, maybe shake the matchups or just, have some little bit of strategy on how we can generate a little more offense.
Well, then the last time these two teams played, I realize for Jets fans this isn't any consolation. I mean, the Jets win that game the majority of the time. I mean, Pickard could have had the performance that he had and still lost.
Sure.
So the Oilers are going to have to Winnipeg. If Winnipeg repeats that performance from, a week and a half ago, they should be in good shape tonight. Ike Howard talking about his line today. He's with Roslovic and Savoie.
Yeah, I thought we created some good chances that game. I think we kind of just like a fast, creative line. I think we used that to our advantage, just staying on pucks, second efforts, and then just, making some plays to the inside, getting some shots and some good looks.
All right, and also it's going to be Darnell Nurse with Spencer Stastny on D today. Here's Nurse.
Yeah, we played lots together since he's come. So obviously his skating, his ability to kill plays and be up on plays, and he's got great offensive awareness too. Really fun and easy to play with. So looking forward to playing with him tonight.
Well, I think he's been a pretty good addition. Regula comes out. Amberson stays in. I know, was it after the last game, Tom asked me about Regula. He's still relatively young. Yes, he's made some mistakes. I think, if they got to play Regula here for a little bit, and maybe they'll bulk up the D and push him further down the depth chart, but him playing is not going to keep you out of the playoffs, I don't think, for the time being.
No.
I mean, you got to start with getting him experience somewhere, but he does come out tonight. All right. Do you want me to do the next clue now or at the top of the hour?
Oh, go ahead.
We do the second clue now. The second clue in the Hudson's Canada's Pub, mystery athlete of the game. You're trying to win a $25 gift card to Hudson's Canada's Pub. You have to text in your guesses to the River Cree Resort and Casino inbox, 780-218-9999. The second clue is safety. We'll leave it at that. Tom Gazzola is going to join us at 4:20. More to get set for the Oilers and the Jets when we get back, plus Jay's play of the day. Here's the Coop.
The Oilers take on the Jets for one of 12 games in the NHL tonight. Both Trent Frederic and Riley Stillman return to Edmonton's lineup as Alec Regula takes a seat in the press box. Calvin Pickard gets a start for the Oilers with Tom Gazzola, Ben Thompson teeing things up during the GCL Diesel Oil Stream pregame show that gets going at 5 o'clock right here on EST. Meanwhile, the Hawks and Sharks have made a trade. Laurent Brossoit, Nolan Allen, a 7th rounder in 2028, have been moved to San Jose in exchange for Chicago's Ryan Ellis, Jake Furlong, and a 2028 4th-round pick. In the world of baseball, Joel Sherman of the New York Post has reported that the Jays have agreed to terms with Dalton Varsho on a contract worth close to $11 million. And MLB insider Robert Murray added that the Jays have come to terms with Ernie Clement on a 1-year deal worth $4.6 million. For the hardwood, Dallas visits Utah. The Heat and Bulls go at it. Cleveland meets Minnesota as the Pacers and Hornets tip off on a 4-game NBA slate. This sports update is brought to you by Windsor Plywood Leduc. Locally owned and operated, serving Leduc and surrounding areas since '93. They have doors, flooring, baseboards, and of course, they have plywood. Go see the knowledgeable staff today at Windsor Plywood Leduc. The Reid Wilkins Show continues after a brief pause. I'm Zachary Kubish, and you're up to date.
The Oil Stream.
Since the Oilers were shut out by Wallstead December 2nd, the next 16 games, McDavid has 39 points, which is 2.44 points per game, which is a 200-point pace for the season. He also has 86 shots in those 16 games. That's 440-shot pace.
The Oil Stream, presented by Boston Pizza. Monday, Wednesday, and Friday afternoons at noon, only on Edmonton Sports Talk. Your clear choice for Edmonton sports.
Running your own small business takes courage, and as it grows, so does your team. That's why Alberta Blue Cross offers health, dental, life, disability, and wellness benefits designed for small businesses, because we know a healthy team means a thriving business. Join over 5,000 Alberta businesses who have chosen us to help their business grow and succeed. Alberta Blue Cross takes care of you and your employees, so you can take care of your business. Visit ab.bluecross.ca to find a plan that's right for you.
At Firehouse Subs, our subs are freshly toasted, stacked high, and crafted to satisfy. Each sub is piled high with premium meats, melty cheese, and toasted to perfection. Firehouse Subs brings bold flavor to every bite, all served on a freshly toasted roll. But we're not just feeding Edmonton, we're fueling it. Dig into the brisket hat trick, piled with slow-smoked brisket and melty cheese. Or go to the Firehouse Subs fan favorite, the Hook and Ladder. Made to order with smoked turkey, honey ham, and Monterey Jack cheese on a perfectly toasted roll. With 15 Firehouse Sub locations across Edmonton and the greater area, it's easy to grab a hot and hearty sub close to home. Firehouse Subs. Hot, hearty, made to satisfy.
Looking for flooring? Paramount Flooring has it all. Sales, service, and expert installation. With options for every style and budget. Open 7 days a week. We've got you covered. Quick delivery and in-stock deals. Plus, EST listeners get 10% off. Visit ParamountFlooring.ca today.
All right, thanks a lot for joining us this afternoon. The Ottawa Senators have moved goaltender Linus Ullmark to a non-roster spot. Oh, hang on, there's audio on this page. To make room for Lars Eller's return. Ullmark took a leave of absence from the team on December 28th for personal reasons. While he's off the roster, his salary of just over $8 million will continue to count against the cap. Oilers and Jets tonight. The goaltenders will be Pickard against Hellebuck. The Jets winless in their last 10, just one win in their last 14. They are definitely on hard times. They have sunk to last in the Western Conference. Well, they've sunk to last in the entire league. Couple of points behind Vancouver, 5 points behind the Flames, who I watched about the second half of that game last night against the Montreal Canadiens. Flames back at it against Boston today. Oilers, 48 points. In terms of points, Jay, tied for first in the Pacific Division with Vegas. But what am I going to tell everybody?
Points percentage.
Points percentage, they're actually third. Vegas, points percentage, 585. Seattle, who are good again. What a season they've had. Weren't they good? Then lousy. Now they're good again. Winning 4 in a row, 8-1-1 in their last 10. So Vegas 585, Seattle 573, Edmonton 558. If you break it down by points percentage. But yes, the Jets certainly have fallen on hard times. We'll see if the Oilers can add to their misery tonight. It's a 6:00 game. We will have the GCL Diesel Oil Stream pregame show with Tom Gazzola coming up at 5, and Tom will do a hit with us at about 20 after 4.
It's Jay, it's play, he's Jay, it's today. It's Jay's play of the day. It's Jay's play of the day. Jay's play of the day.
Which is presented by Play Alberta. It's time to turn up the fun with the all-new Play Alberta app, your digital destination for casino, live dealers, lottery, instants, and of course, sports betting. Jay's dancing to it. He's dancing to the jingle that's still playing in his head.
Oh, baby, it never stops. Reid, thanks for those that rode last night.
I did.
Chose the Dallas Stars to win, and they did. Convincing win at that. So we're going to keep things going. We're not going hockey tonight. We are going to the Fiesta Bowl.
Oh, my goodness.
So, the Ole Miss Rebels. The Lane Kiffin Ole Miss Rebels. The story of the playoffs thus far. I can't go away from them, Reid. They're a team of destiny now that's going to win a national championship and throw it in Lane Kiffin's fat face.
Oh, jeez.
He's not fat. He's actually quite thin and in good shape. But I just hate what he did to this team. I hate what Lane Kiffin did to this team. So I got the Ole Miss Rebels plus 3.5, over 53 total points. I think if Ole Miss is going to win, it's going to be a shootout. And their young quarterback, Chambliss, is going to have to be a big part of that with his arm and his legs. Ole Miss plus 3.5, over 53 points in the Fiesta Bowl tonight. That is boosted healthily to plus 250. Head over to playalberta.ca. And if you haven't, download the new Play Alberta app. Go to sports, go to EST specials, click on Jay's Play of the Day, and always remember to use your game sense.
It's Jay, it's Play, he's Jay, it's today. It's Jay's Play of the Day. It's Jay's Play of the Day. Jay's Play of the Day.
All right, so Jay going with college football. So Miami, I'm just double checking. Miami's the 10 seed. Ole Miss is the 6. So Ole Miss, neither team had a bye in the first round.
No,
they had to win a game and then have to get into the quarterfinals. And then tomorrow is 5 against 1. That's Oregon against Indiana. And that's the Peach Bowl. Where's the Peach Bowl again?
That's
in Atlanta.
Yeah, it would be
Mercedes-Benz Stadium.
Mercedes-Benz, yeah.
Okay. So that'll be a fun one to watch as well. Now, our own Matthew Awanek is a fan of the Miami Hurricanes, the Windy Boys, as Chet Palmer called them.
Yeah, and I could sense some, it's a fan. It's a game day. It's a big time. So part of me is this a win-win for me? Because I like Matthew. And so if my bet doesn't come through and the U win and go on to a national championship game, I'll be happy for him. But I think it's going to be Ole Miss.
Okay. Well, they had that really exciting game against Georgia.
Yes.
And Miami beat, who did they beat? They beat Texas Tech and they beat somebody else before that.
No, they beat Texas Tech.
But they had another game. They've had to play 2 games to get here, right?
I'm.
We got a chart. You got it here.
It was in.
Well, they beat Ohio State.
Yes, Ohio State.
Right, which was an upset. And then they beat Ole Miss.
Yeah, I guess it was an upset, but I don't know. Any team can win. The one team that scares me is Indiana. I don't know if anybody's going to beat Indiana.
Well, weren't they showing some... I saw some graphic with the coach that he's basically responsible for the large majority of success in the over century of history for the Hoosiers football team. I mean, when you say University of Indiana, you think basketball.
Yeah, the movie.
And then last year they were good, right?
They got better,
Curtis Rourke. And then this year, I thought, doesn't he have like 2 of the 3 10-win seasons in the school's history or something like that? I think it's something like that.
Signetti.
Is that his name?
Is that, who would have thought? Curtis Rourke holding them back.
He really was.
In comes Mendoza. Have you heard the theory?
No.
That should Indiana go on to win the national championship,
yeah,
the Las Vegas Raiders hire Curt Signetti as their head coach, and they draft Mendoza first overall.
Oh, they put everybody back together.
Yes.
Well,
could happen.
Could happen. All right. 780-218-9999 is how you get hold of us. The River Cree Resort and Casino inbox. Jay and I are coming to you from the Canadian Brewhouse studio. UFC 324 is coming up live Saturday, January 24th at the Canadian Brewhouse. TVs everywhere, ice cold drinks, and nonstop action. The Canadian Brewhouse, our house is your house. We got a fun off-topic topic, and I was just playing some Super Mario during the break. I seem to have hit a bit of a wall here on World 5.1 or 5.2. What is your favorite Mario video game? So we'll keep checking those out. And
a lot of Super Mario Brothers 3 love.
Really? Is that
between Mario Kart and Super Mario Brothers 3?
Those are the leaders?
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
Yeah, I don't know 3. Maybe I'll have to play it if I can ever finish 1. But that's
Is Super Mario Brothers 3 on there?
Yes.
Oh, I would play that.
Yeah, it's absolutely there.
Dirty Don says Dr. Mario.
NES what was the Doctor game?
Is lining up the colors with the viruses.
Sorry, Miami beat. No, they didn't play Texas Tech. Oregon beat Texas Tech. Miami beat
Texas A&M.
Texas A&M, and the 10 against the 7, and then they upset number 2 Ohio State.
Correct.
It was Oregon that beat Texas Tech. All right, I just had to fix because something I was all jumbled. I was all jumbly in my head about that one.
I mean, Ole Miss put up 41 points against Tulane, 39 points against a solid, stout Georgia SEC defense.
Right. And Miami's won a couple of, well, the first one was 10-3, and then 24-14, so lower scoring, not super low scoring. Those are always fun to watch. We want to remind everybody, if you're looking for something fun to do tomorrow night, and you like sports, and you like Edmonton teams who are successful, and you like
popcorn,
going to a great environment, you like popcorn, tomorrow at 6 o'clock at Saville Center, the U of A Pandas basketball team hosts the Saskatchewan Huskies. And, of course, the Golden Bears game will follow. The Golden Bears have a pretty good basketball team this year as well. But the significance for the women's game, it is number 1 in the nation against number 2 in the nation. Huskies number 1, Pandas number 2. In Canada West, so if you're new to university sports, that's their league. They're both 10-0. And if you factor in the non-conference games they play, exhibition, tournaments before the season, all that kind of stuff, they're both undefeated. And there's a rivalry here, 2 of the long-standing best programs in the country. We had Jaden Turner on the show yesterday, Pandas captain, Pandas fifth-year guard. So just putting that out there.
Huskies are 6-0 in their last 6 games against the Pandas.
That's right. So the Pandas, are they home dogs?
Oh, for sure. But a senior team this year.
Right.
I think all the starting 5 are 4th or 5th years. So another year under their belt. I think they can. A victory this weekend, I think, Reid, would be a split. That would be a win.
You think so? Okay.
Yes.
All right. So I just want to remind everybody about that because we like plugging other cool stuff that's going on in and around the city of Edmonton, and that is something that we like talking about. Because your wife,
she's an alum,
was a Panda hoopster.
Yes.
A Pandas basketball player.
She was. We'll both be there. I'm going to wear my Block A sweater tomorrow, right?
I'm looking forward to seeing you in that.
And that's all I'm wearing.
Well, I'm not looking forward to seeing that.
This is
We'll look forward to the top half of the outfit. Yes. Jeez. That's a little alarming that you said that.
Well, truth never fails, Riedrich. Truth never fails.
Tom Gazzola is going to join us at 20 after 4 to help tee up the Oilers and the Jets. Of course, sad news from the hockey world. Glenn Hall, legendary goaltender, longtime resident of Stony Plain, passing away at the age of 94. Jason Milne got to know Mr. Hall, Mr. Goalie, a little bit over the years. He's going to share some insight when we get back after the 4 o'clock break.
The Lock Shop.
There was a time when he would volunteer at the old office to vacuum so often we called him Vacticum instead of Zacticum. It was like a big...
Oh, and now he's big timing. Now he's on full time, and now he thinks he's too good for that. Oh, tough look. Yeah. Zacticum needs to go back to Vacticum. And it's like for, guys, when you get to the NHL, you can't forget what got you there.
The Lock Shop, weekday mornings at 11, only on Edmonton Sports Talk, your clear choice for Edmonton sports.
You've always known GCL Diesel as the experts in diesel fuel systems, but did you know that GCL is also your source for turbochargers and turbo repair? As a turbo supplier for Garrett, Borg Warner, and Holset, GCL can provide genuine original equipment turbos at wholesale prices. Whether it's diesel, gas, natural gas, or performance, we can provide you with the turbo or custom repair you require. Turbo questions? We've got turbo answers. Visit us in the West End or online at GCLDiesel.com. GCL Diesel, turbochargers, understood.
Where holiday cheer meets great beer. This season, celebrate at the Canadian Brewhouse. From plated dinners and festive buffets to casual pub-style parties, we've got the perfect space for your crew. Book your holiday party today at thecanadianbrewhouse.com.
Time for a new career in 2026? Or maybe your kid is still pondering their path. good news. Weiss Johnson is hiring. Hi, it's Dennis, and not only are we hiring for heating and air conditioning, we're also looking for experienced plumbers and gas fitters. With the growth in residential development, there's no shortage of opportunities at Weiss Johnson. Choose your path with us. Learn from one of the industry leaders, and we will grow together. Receive great benefits and school reimbursement as well. Visit weiss-johnson.com today.
You've heard the name, but what does it mean? For over 66 years, William Huff Advertising has supplied signage from screen printing to digital to LED with design, production, and install in-house. It's a one-stop shop for all your signage needs. Edmonton owned and operated, William Huff has been trusted by the biggest companies and teams in the City of Champions and many others across the country to do the job. If you're looking for a way to get the word out about your company or event, they are the answer. Go to www.williamhuff.com. Their results speak for themselves.
Calvin Pickard gets a call for the Oilers as they battle the Jets. Trent Frederic slides back into the lineup with Adam Henrique injured, plus Alec Regula gets the scratch in favor of Riley Stillman. Tune into the GCL Diesel Oil Stream pregame show. Tom Gazzola and Ben Thompson break it all down with coverage starting at 5 o'clock right here on EST. Out in Pittsburgh, Evgeny Malkin is back after missing the past 15 games with an upper body injury. The Devils and Penguins dance at 5 o'clock. Jays News MLB insider Robert Murray has reported that Toronto and Ernie Clement have agreed to a one-year deal worth $4.6 million. Additionally, Joel Sherman from the New York Post stated that the Jays and Dalton Varsho have come to terms on a deal worth nearly $11 million. In the Fiesta Bowl, it's the Miami Hurricanes and Ole Miss Rebels kicking off at 5:30. Miami is the 10th seed, Ole Miss the 6th seed. And in basketball action, Chicago hosts Miami on a 4-game NBA slate. I'm Zachary Kubish. That was your sports update. Hour 2 of the Reid Wilkins Show starts right now.
I've got something under my skin, and the itch won't go away.
Hope you're having a great afternoon. It is 4:03 in about an hour, a little less than an hour. Tom Gazzola will take over the stream with the GCL Diesel Oil Stream pregame show to get you ready for the Oilers and Jets at 6 o'clock. Tom's also going to join us here at about 20 after 4. In about 50 minutes or so, we'll give clue number 3 for Hudson's Canada's Pub Mystery Athlete of the Game. The first correct guess gets a $25 gift card to Hudson's Canada's Pub. Of course, you can text us 780-218-9999. That's the way you send in your guesses or send us other messages. That's presented by River Cree Resort and Casino Happy Hour featuring $5.25 drinks. That's available Sunday to Thursday, 9 a.m. until 7 p.m. Oilers lineup: McDavid between Nugent Hopkins and Hyman, Draisaitl with Podkolzin and Kapanen, Roslovic, Howard, and Savoie, and then Lazar with Janmark and Frederic. Frederic back in. Mangiapane remains a scratch. Ekholm with Bouchard, Nurse with Stastny. Stillman will come in today and play alongside Emberson, so Regula comes out. Pickard, the goaltender, who was stellar in Winnipeg last week, 41 saves and a win on December 29th against the Jets in his career, 3-3-1 with a 3.29 goals against average and an .896 save percentage. The Jets have gone 10 games without a victory. Kris Knobaluch was asked about that.
You know, maybe they've lost that many in a row, but I don't see a team that's really struggling that much. And I think they've been very unfortunate where a lot of things haven't gone their way. You know, definitely they've got more to give and play better, but you know, I think a lot of circumstances just not getting the breaks. So, and looking back to our game the other night, you know, it was just over a week ago where probably that was a game they deserved to win, and things just didn't get their way, and that happens in the NHL. And it just seems like they've had a long stretch of things not going their way.
Yeah, the Jets definitely outplaying the Oilers in that game, and I'm sure the Jets are hoping to repeat that and be on the happy side of the result tonight. All right, we're going to give you the Alberta Blue Cross Courageous Moment. Running your own small business takes courage, and as it grows, so does your team. That's why Alberta Blue Cross offers health, dental, life, disability, and wellness benefits designed just for small businesses, because we know a healthy team means a thriving business. Visit ab.bluecross.ca to find a plan that's right for you.
Well, yeah, as Reid mentioned before the break, as I'm sure you've all heard, the legendary Glenn Hall passed away last night in Stony Plain. He was 94 years of age. He was referred to as Mr. Goalie. Very, again, very apt name or nickname given for him. A lot of people will, I guess, the one thing that stands out in terms of hockey is his record that he holds, which is 502. 502 consecutive starts. Okay? This spanned from the 1955-56 season, okay, where he was with Detroit, okay? It spanned through the first 12 games of the 1962-63 season. So this spanned from 1955 to 1962.
Right.
This man did not miss a game. Now, the 502 consecutive games, that does not include playoffs.
Right.
There was 50 consecutive playoff starts in there too that aren't a part of the record book. So just an incredible record. We talked about it earlier, but I got to meet Glenn on a few occasions. My wife and his granddaughter are really close friends. So I had the fortune of being able to go out to his farm, which he so much beloved, out by Stony Plain. And hockey aside, I mean, you go into his basement, and it's like you're stepping foot into the Hockey Hall of Fame. He's got every stick signed by every player. The pads he would have used to played in are now what his grandchildren had played in their whole lives. He's just a walking, talking, legendary storyteller. But what was the thing that not everybody would get to know about Glenn Hall was just what he meant for that family. He was the patriarch for that family. And you could just see that. You just felt it, right? So it was sad to hear of it, although, he is 94 years of age. That's quite a life to live, and to live it with the family that he has was incredible. They're an amazing family. So just thinking about all of them, the Stevenson family, the rest of the Hall family, I can imagine this is tough. And oddly, as fate would have it, last night, I said this to my wife last night when she mentioned this to me, and the St. Louis Blues and the Chicago Blackhawks played last night, right? Kind of neat. Kind of, I don't know. Take it for what it's worth. Coob had some photos that, I like memorabilia. I've got a lot of memorabilia in my house, but given the opportunity with Glenn to hear storytellers, I immediately just wanted to have some pieces of his that I could, cherish and hold close. So Coob's going to show a couple things. I just wanted to share with you guys. This is obviously the goal.
The
shot.
People listening on the streams will picture this as soon as you say what it is.
Yeah, well, it's Bobby Orr flying through the air.
Right.
And for those that didn't know, that's Glenn Hall in net when he was a member of the St. Louis Blues. I got this from a charity auction years before I was able to be fortunate enough to meet Glenn Hall, and I said to him, I'm like, I have this Bobby Orr photo. He's oh great. He said, he told me this story. He said, by the time he had landed from that goal, I had already had a shower and a cold one. I think for Glenn Hall, this was always something that, he'd have to, sign these things, and he's thinking of Bobby Orr, like, gosh darn it, I'm on the wrong side of that goal. But yeah, that was Glenn Hall in net. This next one is of him when he was with Chicago, who was his second stop, and he liked to personalize everything that he had. So I believe this one to Jay, best wishes. Like you'd go out to the Hall farm, and the first thing he'd do is he'd greet you, show you, make sure everything's good. You're good. Okay, come with me. We go out to the garage. We'd grab a 6-pack of Busch beer. That's what he loved to drink, Busch beer. And you'd go for a drive in his golf cart. He'd drive you around. There's stories about him that he would show up late to training camp. He hated practice, apparently. I read this after. I didn't hear it from him, but he would show up late to training camps because he was painting his barn.
Right.
Got to paint the barn at the farm. Well, he didn't have a barn. He had a shed. But this was his way of getting out of it. And then this is the last one here. Coob's got of a Glenn Hall jersey that I went out and acquired because I just wanted to honor him because it's just such a tremendous man, such a tremendous family man, and the family that he's surrounded by is incredible and very loving. They embody what who Glenn Hall was.
Yeah.
This one, Reid, I brought in this. This was something that. See, so this is a St. Louis Blues puck and a Boston Bruins puck. And that's from that infamous goal. Bobby Orr and Glenn Hall would have to sign these things. Like, this was a main event at a sporting goods or a trade show. So these were around, and Glenn Hall's daughter married a fella who, that's how I know them. And the son-in-law was, he had extra sticks. His sons played hockey. His daughters, grandkids, they all play hockey, of course. And he would just cut up these sticks and make a little, I guess, a piece of a
little bit of a frame, almost
a memento
hockey
for
stick
it.
frame. Yeah,
and that was the thing, was that Glenn Hall always wanted you to know that he was one of the 100 greatest players in NHL history, which is often, the second story behind Bobby Orr flying through the air, right? But I would there was a documentary. Thank God it was done. That is, I believe it's out on Netflix, Mr. Goalie. If you want to learn more about the life and the playing career of Glenn Hall, I would strongly advise you to watch it. Just an amazing person, and I know his family's feeling it right now, and rightfully so. But yeah, just what a career, what a man, what a family man, and yeah. That's all I got to say about it.
Oh, that's well said. That's very, very well said, Jay. And that's awesome that you have some stuff signed and personalized by him, which is really cool, and that you had some opportunities to meet him and talk to him. That 502 consecutive games, I mean, it just doesn't make any sense. I mean, it's an incredible record. And don't forget, without a mask.
Yeah.
I mean, this was, I know that a lot of things would be different about that era, but goaltenders didn't wear masks for most of, I think he put one on late in his career, but to play that many games night after night and play, he's in the Hall of Fame, to be one of the best goalies night after night for that length of time is just remarkable. So a loss for the hockey world, but I think also an incredible day to remember his life and career. And I guess it's a tragic day for the family, like very sad, but I think it's also cool that he's probably one of the most Googled hockey players in the hockey world today. I mean, we got, I'm not quite old enough to have seen him play, but learned a little bit about him when I was younger, and probably people Coob's age might be like, oh, wait, Glenn Hall, who's that? Oh my goodness.
Yeah.
Like,
seven times he was,
that is kind of neat.
7 times he was an NHL first team All-Star. He did it with 3 different teams. When his name first went on the cup, it was with Detroit, but he was only practicing with Detroit at that time. He wasn't an active member of the team. They put it, so it's Glenn, Hall.
Right.
That's how you spell his name. They put it on as Glyn, Glin.
Oh, no way.
Hall on the Stanley Cup. It's since been changed to Glen, but they're still missing the N.
Still not totally correct.
But for someone like him, a character like Glenn Hall, and I got to meet him a handful of times. I'm not, it wasn't but when you meet a person like that, you don't forget it.
Right.
That's the kind of impact that a person like that has on you. And just an incredible man. And like, it does make you pause and realize that, I mean, as a superstar of his time, you think he was a superstar on ice? He was a superstar at home.
Right.
right? And these are family men, and they have families, and they have lives, and they have children, and they have grandchildren that they would throw away every record book just to appease them.
Yeah.
Right. So it was an honor to be able to meet them. And yeah, thoughts are with the Hall family and the Stevenson family.
Yeah. Well said. And thanks for showing the pictures and for bringing in this sort of the hockey stick frame pucks. That's pretty cool.
Yeah, it was neat
that you have that. Glenn Hall passing away at the age of 94. Of course, this is Edmonton Sports Talk, the Reid Wilkins Show with Jay Milne. We're also getting you ready for the Oilers and the Jets tonight. I'll tell you what, if you're watching on YouTube, this stream goes until 5 o'clock, so we love to get as many thumbs up as we can to bring joy and to help build the algorithm for the show and for Edmonton Sports Talk. We need 22 thumbs, so do not delay any further. If you haven't clicked, get in there on YouTube and click.
Click, click. Must you click? Please, please click. Must you click? You must click. Thumb, thumb, thumb.
We, of course, are in the Canadian Brewhouse studio as well. Pizza Sunday is back at the Canadian Brewhouse after 4 p.m. Grab an 8-inch 2-topping pizza for just $9.99. Wash it down with $6.99 doubles and $1 off Bud Light tankards. So the Oilers away tonight, home Saturday to L.A., and that'll be a fun one because Leon Draisaitl, there'll be a bit of a ceremony there for career point number 1,000 that he got a couple of weeks ago. So that'll be significant. Back-to-back road games Monday and Tuesday. That's the short-term schedule here for your Edmonton Oilers. We're going to talk more about the Oilers and probably the Mario video game question with Tom Gazzola, who's coming up here in about 3 to 5 minutes. We got to get to clue number 3 in the Hudson's Canada's Pub Mystery Athlete of the Game. Now, to win this, you must text the correct answer to the River Cree Resort and Casino inbox, 780-218-9999. Maximum 3 guesses per person, though it doesn't sound like anybody's used up all 3 of their guesses yet.
I don't think so. No, this one's stumping people.
The third clue is quarterback. So the clues are Lions, safety, and quarterback. So we'll leave it there, see if anybody gets it. If needed, I got a 4th clue that I can give out after we talk to Tom. Lions, safety, quarterback. Words of the day for EPL and buying or selling for Damon Bunting also coming up before 5, but we got Gazzola next. Here's the Coop.
The Oilers face the Jets for one of 12 games in the NHL. Both Trent Frederic and Riley Stillman return as Alec Regula heads to the press box. Calvin Pickard gets a start for Edmonton as Tom Gazzola and Ben Thompson tee things up during the GCL Diesel Oil Stream pregame show. Coverage starts for that at 5 right here on EST. 11 other games on tap. It's Pittsburgh and New Jersey hitting the ice. Evgeny Malkin makes a return to the Penguins lineup following a 15-game absence. He was sidelined with an upper body injury. Meanwhile, the Hawks and Sharks made a trade. Laurent Brossoit, Nolan Allen, and a 7th rounder in 2028 have been dealt to San Jose in exchange for Ryan Ellis, Jake Furlong, and a 2028 4th-round pick. Football action. The Rebels and Hurricanes go head-to-head in the Fiesta Bowl with kickoff at 5:30. And the NBA has 4 games on tap. Cleveland's on the road to battle Minnesota. This sports update is brought to you by Advantage Sports Medicine. Connor McDavid's got a team of specialists, and you've got a bag of frozen peas. Get the same locker room approach that's trusted by the best in the game. Call them at 780-460-9977 or visit their website at advantagesportmed.ca to book an appointment. Today, Tom Gazzola checks in on the other side of the break. I'm Zachary Kubish, keeping you up to date.
The Nielsen Show with Lieutenant Eric.
Luke Gazdick.
I just think it's a building that, for whatever reason, Connor and Leon love playing in. Helly's always the X factor. If they get after them early, it'll be tough for them to chase the game. Roll all 4. That's what you have to do. Roll all 4. Make them keep up with you. Make them play with you. And hopefully Helly isn't having one of those nights where absolutely nothing's getting by.
The Nielsen Show with Lieutenant Eric. Weekday mornings 6 to 9. Only on Edmonton Sports Talk. Your clear choice for Edmonton sports.
When you cater with Royal Pizza, you're getting the same great pizzas, pastas, and salads you love, just bigger and built for a crowd. Perfect for teams, offices, or parties, Royal Pizza's catering brings real value around $10 per person. Delicious, high quality, and easy. If you like their pastas, you'll love their catering pastas even more. Visit royalpizza.ca or contact your local store for exact pricing and details.
So come on home, Royal Pizza, still making it great.
At Firehouse Subs, our subs are freshly toasted, stacked high, and crafted to satisfy. Each sub is piled high with premium meats, melty cheese, and toasted to perfection. Firehouse Subs brings bold flavor to every bite, all served on a freshly toasted roll. But we're not just feeding Edmonton, we're fueling it. Dig into the brisket hat trick, piled with slow-smoked brisket and melty cheese. Or go to the Firehouse Subs fan favorite, the Hook and Ladder. Made to order with smoked turkey, honey ham, and Monterey Jack cheese on a perfectly toasted roll. With 15 Firehouse Sub locations across Edmonton and the greater area, it's easy to grab a hot and hearty sub close to home. Firehouse Subs. Hot, hearty, made to satisfy.
When gambling, set a budget before you play. Stay informed and visit GameSenseAB.ca to learn how. Remember, if you gamble, use your game sense.
Since 1952, William Huff has been the heartbeat of Edmonton's advertising world. From humble beginnings to a citywide powerhouse, we've been the go-to for signage from print to design and installation. Partnering with Edmonton's top sports franchises and major events, we've helped shape the city's global reputation. Our secret? Unmatched customer service, decades of experience, and a passion for excellence we call the William Huff Advantage. Visit us online at williamhuff.com.
Appreciate you tuning in this afternoon, 22 minutes after 4. Oilers Jets tonight, third and final meeting of the season between these two teams. The Oilers are trying to sweep the season series. Overall, they have a 3-game winning streak against the Jets, and they have won 5 of their last 7 games. Edmonton Sports Talk presented by Play Alberta. Gaming made easy anytime, anywhere. With Play Alberta, you have a full casino experience right at your fingertips. Play from your phone, tablet, or computer whenever works for you. Download the Play Alberta app today and get started. Play smart, play local, and remember to use your game sense. Okay. We do have a winner in the Hudson's Canada's Pub Mystery Athlete of the Game. We will tell you who it is and break down how the clues worked. Has anybody else sent it in?
Oh, there were several.
Oh, so one person got it.
One person.
So this was a fun one today. I'm glad people stayed with it and saw where we were going. So, but we'll announce the winner's name and break down how the clues worked after we hear from our good buddy Tom Gazzola, who's going to join us on the Oil Country Towing video hotline. Oil Country Towing, Edmonton's most trusted 24/7 roadside rescue team, fast, safe, and reliable for over 15 years. Whether it's a game day or a snowstorm, we work as hard as your favorite team to get you going. Call 780-986-6088 for all your towing needs. Tom, old boy, how are you doing?
I'm good, boys. How you doing?
Yeah, we're doing great. You look great. You sound great. You are great.
Oh, stop it. Way to pump up my tires. Making me feel good on a day where I was feeling like crap. Whatever's going around, Tommy got it. So, but I should be good to go for tomorrow and good to go for tonight. So,
all right. That's good. That's good. So we're going to start with our off-topic topic for William Huff.
I think I know what his answer is going to be.
Right, but this is more in his wheelhouse, I think, than my wheelhouse for gaming.
Yeah, big time nerd.
Your favorite video game featuring the character Mario?
I think you said it earlier. Probably Mario Kart.
Yeah. Now, Tom, what is the one that you play on the arcade here at Edmonton Sports Talk headquarters?
Yeah, that's I think that's Game Boy Advance Mario Kart. And the reason why I like it is it's very similar to the original Mario Kart that was for Super Nintendo. And it may be a little bit upgraded. And then it's not as advanced as even Mario Kart 64 or the one that ended up on Wii. And I know Mario Kart today, what we get now, I think a new one just came out, is completely different than what it used to be. And I grew up playing the original Mario Kart. So that one on our arcade machine is like the next iteration of the OG. And I have an appreciation for that. I love that game.
Well, you're very involved when you play it, and you're very good at it from what I can see. So congratulations.
Thank you. That's it's an honor. Tell my dad that he wouldn't care. Although I have gotten, my brother got them, my parents, he got them like a mini Super Nintendo a couple of years ago at Christmas, and they just leave it at my parents' place. And we showed my parents original Mario Kart from 1992 or whatever it was. And my dad was addicted, and we're like, dude, this game's like 30 years old, and he was blown away by it.
That's awesome. All right.
Yeah.
Thank you for answering that. All right. Oilers Jets tonight. The Jets have not won a game since Adam first met Eve. Jeepers.
That was a while ago.
Yeah, it was a while ago. So, like, you asked me this after the game a couple of days ago. I said, I hope the Oilers view this as a chance to, like, put the boots to a team that's struggling. Like, say, whatever, President's Trophy, you're not getting in this year. I don't know if the Oilers have that attitude or they're just worried about their own game, which was pretty good a couple of days ago. But how do you look at this matchup?
Go out there and take the 2 points. Don't toy with the Jets. I mean, you have to keep pace in the Pacific Division. I know we make fun of the Pacific Division or call it what it is, and that's the weakest division in the league. But the bottom line is the Oilers are in that division. They need to take advantage of the opportunity that's before them, and that's a struggling, vulnerable Jets team that hasn't won since, December 13th. A team that they beat a couple weeks ago in their building. Got a great performance from Calvin Pickard, who's going again tonight. Go get it, man. Do not give the Jets any hope. Don't let them use you as a slump buster again. I know Oilers fans make the joke like, hey, you need to get out of slump, play Edmonton. You need a milestone, play Edmonton. You need a first NHL point or goal or win, play Edmonton. Don't let that happen tonight. Just go play angry, play smart, and you should win this game tonight and be able to keep pace with the Golden Knights in the Pacific Division at the top.
How do you look at the line being put together of Roslovic, Howard, and Savoie? It is interesting. Now, injury is a big necessity for this line because Henrique's out. They haven't called anybody up. We'll see what they do here moving forward, and I'll ask you about Mangiapane in a minute. It's funny, though, because the 3 or 4 games ago, Knobaluch was like, yeah, Roslovic's not a third-line center. We need him on the second-line wing. And then Kapanen comes back, and he's on the third-line wing. And now with the injury, he has to play third-line center. What should we expect from Roslovic, Howard, and Savoie? What's a good game for them?
I think if they can create some offensive opportunities would be a good start. I think if they don't get caved in their own zone, let's start there as well. And then maybe that earns them a little bit more ice time and a little more confidence. I don't disagree with Kris Knobaluch when he says Jack Roslovic isn't a third line center. He's probably a top 6 winger, and on a deep team, maybe a top 9 winger. And if he can moonlight as the centerman on the third line just for a little bit, okay, let him. Let's see how long this lasts. I don't have faith in it lasting very long. Just like when we made that bet with Dusty yesterday, I don't have faith in Kasperi Kapanen lasting on the wing with Leon Draisaitl for very long. I think we could see that changed up as soon as this weekend. I just want to win some Popeyes, you guys. I want all of us to eat Popeyes on Wednesday. That's all. But with Roslovic, it's interesting too. And we talked about it on the pregame show. It's like, well, he's not a true centerman, and he hasn't really tried to fake it as a centerman in this league. And he kind of admits he prefers the wing. What are we doing here? And it's just trying to fill a hole is how I look at it, stopgap. And the fact that they had a good chunk of that game the other night together with Howard and Savoie, and they look good. I think that's a bonus, and let's see how long this lasts, but I don't know if it has a long-term viability. So, hey, for a short stint, sure, why not? But they have other options who could play center. I know one of those guys is Trent Frederic, but he hasn't really done anything to deserve any extra time on the ice or even games, considering how poorly he's played. But just the stopgap is how I would see it, you guys.
Tom Gazzola joining us here, courtesy of the Oil Country Towing video hotline. Much like, what are the expectations of that third line? A player you just referenced, Trent Frederic. What does Tom Gazzola want to see from Trent Frederic tonight? I'm serious to say that these last 2 games where you've been not on the ice have taught you something, or you've seen something and said, okay, maybe I should mimic that style of play. What do you want to see from Trent Frederic tonight?
In a perfect world, Jay, he's hitting as much as possible. He's getting to puck battles on time. He's creating havoc in front of the net. He's responsible on the wall in his own zone. I think that's the tippy top of what we can hope for from Trent Frederic. Now, unfortunately, he's played so poorly that we expect the bare minimum, and he barely achieves that on most nights. And so I hope he plays like a guy that's been embarrassed to sit out as a healthy scratch recently. I hope he plays like a guy that's invigorated to prove to everyone he deserved that 8-year contract that got him 3.6, 3.7 million a year. I hope he plays like a guy that is hungry to stay in the National Hockey League. And I know his contract keeps him around, or at least keeps him paid for an extended period of time in his life. But guys, this is the lowest it can go for him. I mean, it has been so bad this year, and I have a hard time buying the whole he's hurt, his ankle's still the issue. There might be lingering effects. I'm not a doctor, but I mean, this has not been good. So, Jay, the bare minimum is my expectation. But I hope that he plays like a guy that's embarrassed and pissed off and shows why he is truly supposed to be in the lineup night in, night out, as opposed to the guy that's eating popcorn or sitting in the locker room instead of up in the press box at home when he's a healthy scratch.
That's the interesting thing about Frederic, though, is that you haven't seen passion from him, basically, to use that word. Like, I know, I hate using the word effort, because I do think players try. Like, sometimes they might be feeling better than other nights, but yes, he went out and fought, and good for him for the fight early in the year, but we're grasping for little morsels to try to say good things.
Yes.
And, Jay had the Lazar Love-In hour yesterday on the show, though I think it was deserved. And even I appreciate Janmark probably more than most people. Like, I know you kind of make fun of him, but I just like.
No, I don't. I love him.
But you're always like, he never shoots a puck past a goaltender, and I'm like, well, if he's the 12th forward, that's okay, because he plays like a rabid dog, and he can skate fast, and he's not afraid to muck it up. But so that's kind of that Frederic thing. Okay, well, you're not scoring. How are you going to get yourself going? And we haven't really seen that. So, and here's another player that's scratched is Mangiapane. And maybe the harshest criticism of him is was scratched and not missed, really. So how is something coming soon here? Are the Oilers going to have to give him away and give a team something else to take the contract? Where are we in this process, do you think?
Well, I mean, it's to the point where they don't even want to dress him, so that's not good. I haven't heard anything since the weekend from Dave Pagnotta, and Pags just kind of gave us an update, said, Stan Bowman's trying to make this happen. But I think the fact that they're not dressing him right now is a sign that it's over. Now, Kris Knobaluch the other day in his media availability in the morning, specifically in regard to Mangiapane and Frederic, kind of made a point of saying their story hasn't ended, or something to that effect. I'm paraphrasing. Yeah, and that was interesting. And you kind of take it with a grain of salt, just like when he updates anybody on an injury with his team. So the fact that he's not playing, this is going to be the third healthy scratch in the last 4 games. I think it kind of tells you this is coming to its conclusion. Now, how long that takes, I don't know, but it feels like this relationship is broken or is ending. So unless they need to put him in because of injury or due to unforeseen circumstances and he's still around, I think they're trying to work the phones to get him out of here. And I don't know what you get for him. I really don't. You might have to take on another team's problem. So we'll see. But it's unfortunate.
Yeah. All right, Tom, look forward to it. I know you got to get ready for the GCL Diesel Oil Stream pregame show, which is on at 5. Always enjoy your insight, and I just enjoy having conversations with you in general.
I miss you guys. I'm sorry I'm sick and I couldn't be there with you.
It's all right. You'll be fine. You'll be fine.
Thanks, boys.
Tom Gazzola on the Oil Country Towing video hotline. All right. Maddie in the Nasty Chat, has anyone asked Bowman lately about the Frederic contract? Any accountability to that from him? I don't think Stan Bowman's done any media super recently. I'm sure he will be asked about it. But Maddie, I can tell you this. When Stan Bowman spoke about that contract, and a lot of us at EST, well, I think all of us at EST were surprised about the length of it. Here's what Stan Bowman said, and I got to say this to Maddie and everybody else. I'm repeating what Stan Bowman said. I am not endorsing it or agreeing with it, but Stan Bowman said that he felt that Trent Frederic was a very unique player, a power forward type of player who could score and play a rugged physical game, and that's unique in today's game, important in today's game, and that he maybe could get long contracts from other teams, so Bowman thought he was important to lock up. That's what Bowman thought. And I would say to Maddie as well, it's a fair question. Certainly, I'm one of the people who, and Tom too, who are around the Oilers and cover most of their stuff, that's an important question to be asked. And I hate to be a little cynical here, though, Maddie. I probably know how the guy's going to answer it. It's year one.
Yeah,
we signed him. He's had some struggles. We believe in him, and he's going to get back on track. He's probably going to give that sort of an answer. Even if he doesn't believe that, he's probably not going to come out and say, "Well, I hate Trent Frederic and I hate myself." Like he would never. He probably wouldn't say that.
No, you can't.
Right.
I mean, this is somebody you locked up long term. So guess what's on your side? Time. That's what's on your side. The only thing. That's about the only thing right now. So that's what you'd fall back on. And look, I mean, first game of the year, where was Trent Frederic, Reid?
Yeah, they put him in the Hyman spot. Well, not only did they put him in the Hyman spot, they put him on with the nuclear option. Yeah, he was with McDavid and Drysdale. And I know that didn't last very long, but any spot Frederic has been in, he hasn't really. Well, I mean, here's the thing: like Connor Brown was supposed to be a winger for McDavid. That didn't work out. But then by the time the later in the season and the playoff run came around, he found a role at least. Maybe Frederic will still do that, but it hasn't been there. Hopefully we see something tonight.
You'd really want to. I mean, that's something Oilers fans, I think, will have a keen eye towards while watching this game. What version of Trent Frederic? I mean, Reid, I hate to say this, but okay, we're halfway through the year, and Trent Frederic has been far below expectations.
Well, here's the thing: when you say what version of Trent Frederic shows up as an Edmonton Oiler, there's only been one version. That's the thing,
and that's unfortunate.
It's not like with Kapanen. You could say what version of Kapanen is going to show up.
There was a brief time when he was before he injured himself last year. His first game in LA, it was 7 minutes, Reid, but by golly, that was inspiring. I mean, he was in front of the net. He was agitating the goalie, and he made a big hit in the neutral zone. So there is a slight version, but I'm saying that in jest, of course.
Yeah.
This season, it just simply hasn't been good enough. So you wonder, is this because Reid? I hate to say this, but if this doesn't resonate now, when will it this year? When will it this season? After being a healthy scratch for the last 2 games for Trent Frederic. You do that as, we had Sean Bell on from Hello Hockey earlier in the week, and he says, yeah, you hope the player comes back ticked off and angry and seeing red. Is that what happens tonight with Trent Frederic?
Well, I mean, yeah, I don't know. I wouldn't count on it. Now, I do think Trent Frederic probably feels terrible. Like it's probably, I'm sure he's enjoying the team doing better lately. I'm sure he's enjoying McDavid winning, but it's got to be a tense environment for his personal headspace.
Yes.
I mean, he knows.
But these people are humans.
He knows. Like I see some comments sometimes. It's like, oh, he's just going to take the money for 8 years and do nothing. I don't think he wants to do that. That's not how most professional people.
It's not an existence professional athletes want to live in.
Yeah, well, I think most professional people would want to live in that.
True enough.
But yeah, do I think he's all of a sudden going to come out on fire? It's hard to see that given what we've seen. Maybe his line mate's got to pull him into something tonight. He's going to be with Lazar and Janmark. Okay, we have a winner in the Hudson's Canada's Pub Mystery Athlete of the Game. So this individual is getting a $25 GC to Hudson's Canada's Pub.
Rip City Step. Got it.
Okay. So the clues were Lions. Detroit Lions we're talking about. Safety. Does not refer to the football position. It refers to a play that is worth 2 points. Quarterback. He was a quarterback. And the final clue, if we needed it, we didn't need to get to it, was ESPN because he now works for ESPN. It is Dan Orlovsky, and this relates to a specific incident. October 12th, 2008, the Lions, who didn't win a game that year, lost to the Vikings 12-10. He lined up in shotgun with the Lions deep in their own end and inadvertently ran out of the back of the end zone for a safety. And in the end, they lost by 2 points. He said, when they started blowing the whistle, I was like, did we false start? Were they offsides or something? And I looked and I was like, you're an idiot. And I remember this footage, like he kept rolling out on the play. Like he kept looking downfield as he's prancing along the end line. And then it's like
he just totally lost space as to where he was.
Yeah. So Dan Orlovsky is the Hudson's Canada's Pub Mystery Athlete of the Game. Who had that one?
Rip City Step had it.
But a few people
Kris Knobaluch, yeah. Bonus points to Kris Knobaluch. Marty RX Stove had it as well, so you guys got it. It's just Rip City was there. He was the first one in the inbox. But good job. That was a little tricky.
All right. Maddie just chiming back to or responding to what I said. He said, I don't fault the player for taking money or term. That's why I'm saying accountability lies with the person who gave the contract to a guy without any proven ability on this team thus far. Well, for sure. And I mean, look, the ultimate accountability for Stan Bowman is if he could lose his job as a result of the Frederic decision and other decisions. So, yeah, I mean, I think we all know it was a surprising contract at the time, a risky one, and it certainly doesn't look very good right now.
Correct.
Right. Okay, 780-218-9999 is the afternoon inbox that is powered by River Cree Resort and Casino, home of the Tap 25 restaurant, where the entire menu is 50% off 7 days a week from 2 to 5 p.m. We got buying or selling, and we got our words of the day, and we are hoping to get from you, from those of you who haven't done it, some thumbs up on the YouTube stream. We need 4 thumbs to get to 100. And
do it now.
We should have plenty of people in there who haven't given the thumbs up, so please do so. Here's the coup.
Calvin Pickard gets a call for the Oilers as they battle the Jets. Trent Frederic slides back into the lineup with Adam Henrique injured, plus Alec Regula gets the scratch in favor of Riley Stillman. Tune into the GCL Diesel Oil Stream pregame show. Tom Gazzola, Ben Thompson set the table for the action with coverage starting at 5 o'clock right here on EST. Now in Pittsburgh, Evgeny Malkin is back after missing the past 15 games with an upper body injury. It's the Pens and Devils dancing at 5 o'clock. Jays News MLB insider Robert Murray has reported that Toronto and Ernie Clement have agreed to a 1-year deal worth $4.6 million. Additionally, Joel Sherman from the New York Post stated that the Jays and Dalton Varsho have come to terms on a deal worth nearly $11 million. And it's a Fiesta Bowl tonight. The Miami Hurricanes and Ole Miss Rebels kick off at 5:30. In basketball, there's 4 games on today's docket. Chicago hosts Miami. Dallas and Utah go at it. Well, the Pacers and Hornets duel. Final segment of today's Reid Wilkins Show brings us back after the break. I'm Zachary Kubish, and you're up to date.
The EST Hangout.
Do we see a 200-point season from McDavid? He's 28 years old.
Yeah.
He's in his prime. 200 points. I would love to see it, but I'll settle for 150 again. If a guy gets 150, it's one of the best seasons we've seen in decades.
I'll settle for those ridiculous plays he makes that end with goals.
The EST Hangout, presented by Sentinel Storage. Weekday mornings 9 to 11, only on Edmonton Sports Talk. Your clear choice for Edmonton sports.
Make a fresh start in the new year with Sentinel Storage. With convenient locations near you, Sentinel Storage is here to help you make space for everything 2026 holds. Sentinel Storage. Buy Canadian, store Canadian. Try 4 weeks free. Visit sentinelstorage.ca.
Hey Edmonton, did you know a local Play Alberta winner scored over $430,000 on Desert Fantasy? Think about the rec room you could build with that kind of cash. From major casino winners every hour to jackpots worth millions and hundreds of popular games to money that stays in the province, there has never been a better time to sign up for Play Alberta. Download the app today to get started with casino, sports, and lottery, all in one app. Must be 18 plus to play. When you gamble, use your game sense.
EST Afternoons.
Senior host and producer for the Winnipeg Jets, Sarah Orlesky.
Secondary scoring has been a storyline throughout this entire season. Their top line is Kyle Connor, Mark Scheifele, and Gabe Vilardi. It has been one of the most productive top lines in the league. But the problem is they have not been able to get anybody else going for the vast majority of their other 3 lines.
EST Afternoons, weekday afternoons 1 to 3, only on Edmonton Sports Talk. Your clear choice for Edmonton sports.
UFC 324 is live Saturday, January 24th at the Canadian Brewhouse. With TVs at every turn, ice cold drinks, and nonstop action, you won't miss a second of the fight. UFC 324, live at the Canadian Brewhouse. Our house is your house.
The Oil Stream.
Since the Oilers were shut out by Wallstead December 2nd, the next 16 games, McDavid has 39 points, which is 2.44 points per game, which is a 200-point pace for the season. He also has 86 shots in those 16 games. That's 440-shot pace.
The Oil Stream, presented by Boston Pizza. Monday, Wednesday, and Friday afternoons at noon, only on Edmonton Sports Talk. Your clear choice for Edmonton sports.
Oilers Jets coming up at 6 at the top of the hour here on EST. Tom Gazzola leading the way with the GCL Diesel Oil Stream pregame show. We've been getting you ready for the Oilers and the Jets. Had some memories of Glenn Hall, who passed away at the age of 94, one of the all-time great goalies in the history of the National Hockey League. We had some laughs with our off-topic topic for William Huff, your favorite video game featuring the character Mario. I think Mario Kart and Super Mario 3 would be... Yeah, nose and nose for that one. Neck and neck, nose and nose.
Same difference.
Yeah, same nose, different pile. Buying or selling for Damon Bunting, a consistent top-producing realtor in the greater Edmonton area for over 18 years. He and his team would love to help you find that right home or make the move from your current home. Community-driven, he understands what it takes to make a difference in our city. Check him out, DamonBunting.com. Instagram handle, Damon Bunting Real Estate.
Buying or selling... Who has more pressure tonight to perform? Trent Frederic or Kasperi Kapanen?
Frederic.
It's that simple.
I don't even have to think about it.
You don't even have to think of it. Well, is there not pressure for Kasperi Kapanen to stay in that second line role?
Yes, there is, but he's got a game with a couple points on his docket already. And hey, he's one of those guys. What have we often said? A lot of times, not every time, but a lot of times when we've questioned one of Knobaluch's decisions, it works out. And 2 days ago, it was like, why bring Kapanen back in on the second line? Well, he got 2 points. Now, I don't think he's going to stay there. Things will be moved around. I'm sure Roslovic will be up there. I'm sure Savoie will be up there. I'm sure McDavid and Draisaitl will play together with the winger of the day. But I think there's more pressure on Frederic. Kaplan was coming back from an injury. Frederic's coming back in after being scratched, and as we were talking about, has done very little this season.
Obviously, we talked about this, but legendary Glenn Hall passed away yesterday at the age of 94. Glenn Hall was before our time of viewing, and so I'd like to keep it in that timeline of your viewing existence and mine. Who's your favorite NHL goaltender of your time, of your viewership?
Well, I liked Waugh as a Canadian.
Yeah.
And bursting on the scene as a rookie and the weird antics and and he won a lot of games.
I always loved Cujo. Curtis Joseph.
One of the greatest saves in Oilers history. Maybe the greatest save in Oilers history.
Maybe. And he had that Cujo mask.
Right.
They were talking about masks on the morning show. And the Eddie the Eagle. That was a good one. Belfour in Chicago.
I think from a professional standpoint, too, I'm kind of glad I got to cover Mike Smith. You know what?
Great, yeah.
He was a pretty good interview. He was an interesting player to watch. He had a lot of swagger, and the Oilers teams he played for were pretty good, and he had a couple pretty good years here.
Well, we had him on our show last year at when we were on location for Ben Stelter Day at Popeyes.
Yeah, he came out on the phone during the playoffs.
And just fantastic interview.
Yeah, he was good.
Great interview. Very engaged.
Okay, let's wrap it up as we usually do with our words of the day for Edmonton Public Library. EPL stands up for your right to explore every topic, every belief, and every opinion without censorship. Learn more about how EPL protects your freedom to read at intellectualfreedom.ca.
The word of the day with Reid and Jay.
Oh, I'm sorry. Did I break your concentration?
What do they got to say?
Say what again? Say what again? I dare you.
Let's find out.
English, do you speak it? Then you know what I'm saying.
First word of the day for you, Reid Wilkins. Fruition. Fruition.
Fruition. And that means that a plan or a project that is realized or completed.
This a joke?
No, it's a word I'm very familiar with. I don't find overly challenging.
The point at which a plan or project is realized. That's the definition I'm looking at.
Well, every once in a while.
Psychic freak.
Hey.
What's going on?
Even a blind dog finds a bone some days.
What's going on, Coop?
Even a stopped clock is right twice a day. Unless it's digital, then it won't have any power, so it won't say anything.
Okay.
Well, everybody knows what fruition is.
Yeah.
I know the word. I'm sorry, I know the word.
I have nothing to do with this, Jay. You're looking at me like...
why are you looking at Coob?
Yeah, he looked at me immediately.
You gave the definition.
Because I know the definition. Because I know the definition. Because I know it. I legitimately know it. So a year of doing this, one time I get the definition almost word for word, and you think it's a conspiracy.
Bravo. Okay, bravo. Congrats to you. That's fantastic. I applaud you.
That's impressive.
Anachronistic. Anachronistic is the second word of the day. Anachronistic.
Anachronistic. And this is something that appears to be out of time, like the wrong time period, such as Data's head in the Mark Twain episode of Star Trek The Next Generation was an
What is going on?
I believe it's pronounced anachronistic.
Anachronistic.
Well, those are two words like right in my wheelhouse, baby. Save this segment, Coop, so when I retire and people will be like, Reid never did anything right.
This is a generational words of the day run.
This is a generational word.
What's the exact definition of anachronistic? Something that appears out of time, like in the wrong time period.
The adjective anachronistic, or what'd you say, anachronistic?
I think it's anachronistic.
Comes from the Greek words ana or against and chronos on time. It usually refers to something old-fashioned and antique, but can also mean anything that blatantly clashes with the time in which it is seen.
Yeah. Which is more what I was saying the second half. And I hope people, Time's Arrow was the name of the Star Trek The Next Generation episode, I believe, where Data's head was in the past.
Chronologically misplaced. Reid, well done.
Everybody knows that about Data's head, right?
Who could forget?
Who could forget?
It's like the dog with a cape. How could we forget it? Who thinks of a dog with a cape?
Who came up with a dog with a cape? When did that arrive? I watched Superman for years on television. I never saw a dog with a cape.
Can you just confirm my score in words of the day?
4 out of 4,
Oh,
Reid.
thank you. That's the best you can possibly do.
Hula Boy Steve says, how many books does Jay read every year? Not enough.
Well, my preparation as a wordsmith certainly came to fruition with the words of the day.
Look at you go, boy.
All right, Benny Thompson is standing by to go to the technical desk. Tom Gazzola is going to take over the stream with the GCL Diesel Oil Stream pregame show, setting up the Oilers at the Jets at 6. On behalf of Zachary Kubish and Jason Milne, I'm Reid. Enjoy the game.